Today we're talking about 7 sneaky habits secretly wrecking your digestive system. And here's the surprising part. Most of them were things that I used to think were genuinely helping my gut. I'm a certified gut wellness coach, but I'm not a medical doctor. Everything I'm sharing here is based on my own experience and what I noticed over time, and everyone's body is different. One of these habits kept me stuck for years without realizing it, and another had nothing to do with food at all. But once I changed that, everything shifted. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right, but digestion still feels off, stay with me, because these habits are easy to miss, and gentle changes here can make a big difference. What surprised me most was that these are not obvious bad habits. They were things that a lot of gut health advice actually recommends. This first habit is very sneaky because cultured dairy is often considered a very gut healthy food. In my experience, not all cultured dairy works the same for everyone. I noticed that higher protein cultured dairy, like yogurt or kefir, felt very different depending on digestive patterns, while cultured cream worked better for others. This one alone explained why something that made one feel better made another feel worse, and it ties directly into habit number 3. I didn't realize this at the time, but personally, I learned that digestive tendencies matter. For example, I noticed that some people who are prone to diarrhea feel better with high protein options like yogurt or kefir, while others who are prone to constipation responded better to rich, high-fat cultured dairy, such as cultured cream made with yogurt or kefir culture. When I matched the types of dairy to what my body tolerated, digestion felt calmer and more balanced. So if cultured dairy hasn't felt great, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It may just mean experimenting gently and noticing what feels supportive for your body. But before we get to that, if you're looking for a step-by-step plan to start feeling better this week, be sure to grab my free Gut Reset Jumpstart Guide linked in the description below this video. This one held me back longer than I realized. I added too many new foods at once, especially probiotic and nutrient-dense foods, thinking that more was better. And this is something that I see over and over again in people working on gut wellness. When I did this, what I experienced was overwhelm and strong die-off symptoms instead of progress. When I slowed down, added one food at a time, started with very small amounts, and listened to my body before increasing, digestion felt much steadier. My body was able to use what I was giving it more easily and could keep up with progress instead of feeling overloaded with too much. Going slowly isn't a setback. It's often the fastest way forward in the long run. One food, one change, one step at a time, and build from there. This mistake almost made me quit entirely, and it connects closely to how I was viewing my body at the time, which we'll get to in a bit. And this next habit is tricky because it can help in the beginning, but staying here too long quietly holds a lot of people back. But before we get to that, leave me a comment and let me know which one of these habits surprised you the most. Have you tried any of these, or are you new to any of them? Leave me a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear. Restriction can feel helpful at first until it isn't. This completely changed how I thought about digestion. In my experience, eating very restrictively helped calm symptoms short term, but staying there too long eventually stalled progress. As my body became stronger, it actually wanted more nourishment and more variety. Learning when to gently expand foods within what felt tolerated helped my digestion feel more resilient instead of fragile. Restriction can be an important tool, but it doesn't have to be a permanent state. For example, certain gut microbes need certain nutrients in foods to flourish. If we stay too restricted for too long, the mucosa in the gut lining can suffer as it becomes a food source for these microbes. Listening to your body's signals matters. For me, initially, sticking with the restriction felt best and brought a lot of progress. But later, when I was ready to branch out and widen my foods, my body let me know by wanting more variety and wanting other foods. This next habit had nothing to do with food, and once I changed it, everything else started working better. Before we get to that, if you want a shopping list for better digestion, hormones, and mood, be sure to check out my free Real Food for Real Results shopping guide linked in the description below this video. This habit had nothing to do with food, but it changed everything. I used to think my body was failing me, instead of realizing it was doing the best it could with the resources that were available. This was a turning point for me. When I shifted how I viewed my body from frustration to support, everything softened. I started to view my body with love and support, knowing that it is amazing and is working hard. Digestion felt less tense, progress felt less forced. Addressing emotional stress, stored experiences, and mindset made a real difference in how my body responded. Sometimes stuck emotions and past traumas of different types can prevent forward progress with wellness. Realizing this and taking steps to release stuck emotions and trauma can make a night and day difference. Your body isn't working against you. Approaching digestion with compassion can be just as important as what's on your plate. This last point ties several sneaky habits together. For me, progress didn't really move until I focused on foundational nourishment and gentle support beyond just the gut. This is where a lot of people accidentally stall progress, not because they're doing too little, but because they're missing one key foundation. What helped me the most was consistently including things like properly made meat stock, short cooked, not bone broth, in high enough daily amounts, adding enough animal fat to meals, egg yolks, organ meats, and gentle supports like fresh mint or ginger tea between meals. At the same time, I found it important to support gentle detox through sunlight, Epsom salt baths, grounding, skin brushing, and castor oil packs. Emphasis on gentle supports, not being extreme. As the body gets stronger, it wants to get to work cleaning up. Supporting detox during this time is very important because the toxins need a way to move out of the body effectively. You don't need to do all of this at once. Even shifting one foundational habit can help the body feel supported and capable of moving forward. And if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, the one habit that I recommend starting with might surprise you, and I'll get to that next. If any of these habits sound familiar, you're not doing anything wrong. You're learning. Digestive progress often comes from gentler, more supportive shifts rather than pushing harder. Start with one small change, stay curious, and give your body time to respond. The top one change that I recommend starting with is actually to not overhaul your diet all at once, but instead focus on what one thing you can start adding rather than taking anything away. My top suggestion for most people to add is usually sauerkraut, and just work on being consistent with that before you even start thinking about removing anything from your diet. Just one forkful a day. Start there. It might feel too easy, but going gently is far more powerful than we realize. And if you want to make some easy food swaps that reduce cravings, inflammation, and brain fog, be sure to check out my free Easy Real Food Swaps guide linked in the description below, along with my free Gut Reset Jumpstart guide and free Real Food for Real Results shopping guide. And you can find all of those down in the description below this video. Now that you know about the 7 sneaky habits secretly wrecking your digestive system, you might be wondering, what is the easiest way to make one of the most powerful probiotic foods at home? It all starts by watching this video here next. Because when you pair what you just learned in this video with what you will learn here, it is so much more powerful. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.